whoa. Yesterday was absolutely crazy. And today is starting off almost just as crazy. There's a lot to talk about, so don't go anywhere. Welcome to the Dre Way. Don't forget to hit that button. You got to subscribe because I got all the info for you. So come on, let's go. Let's get the Dre Way started. We got a lot to do. Let's go. Hey, welcome to the Dre Way. I'm glad you're here. Man, did you see what happened yesterday? I mean, talk about a complete collapse. Yeah. In case you don't know what happened, the bond market was doing just the opposite. The 10-year yield was starting to skyrocket. And when the market is falling, you would think people would take money out of the market and go to safety. But yeah, Japan and China were dumping dollars. So yeah, this whole stock market thing had to come to an end and come to an end quickly because the 10-year yield was starting to skyrocket. And with that happening, I think we got to like 4.5 on the 10-year yield. I mean, it was going, boom, straight up. And Donald Trump, his advisor said, Mr. Trump, we have to stop this whole tariff nonsense immediately or we're in big, big trouble. So yeah, the whole, I'm going to put a pause on everything. Just so you know, the whole tariff thing is done. It's done. It's not a real thing as far as blanket tariffs and I'm going to put 100% and 80%. It's done. No one buys it. Nobody believes it. What I think is going to happen is, I think, China is not our enemy. All right. And I have to say this over and over again because our enemy is Russia. And the enemy of the world is Russia because if you go back on the last 100 years, Russia has a habit of attacking countries around them. You know who doesn't have that habit? China. Yeah, if you look at their 100-year history, they don't exactly have a history of attacking random countries because they want their land. They seem to have plenty of it, so they don't really worry about that. So when you compare China to Russia, yeah, Russia's the enemy here, not China. And for us to be going after China with 104% tariff and all this other nonsense, China is now looking at us like we're in high school and treating us that way because they should, because Donald Trump is not to be taken seriously. And what I think, 70 days out, and the reason I'm going to be on here more and more, as a matter of fact, I'm going to start making videos for members only. So if you're not a member, I'm letting you know that I'll be making member-only content starting today. So there will be more and more content here on YouTube, and I'll be talking about stocks a lot and investing in the members only part. But I just think China is going to look at us and be like, you know what? We should probably teach Donald Trump a lesson and let TikTok go away. Yeah, China's going to look at us and go, no, you've been nothing but rude to us for no reason. We're not doing anything to you. And we've been a good supplier. You've been a good customer. We've been a good supplier. We've worked together really well. And now you come after us for no reason. And now you want us to give you TikTok for your 75, 80 million Americans that use it. I would not be surprised whatsoever if China just goes, no, we're not going to give you a deal on TikTok. We're just going to leave it for the rest of the world. You're not going to have it. I would not be surprised at all. Because that's what if I was China, I hate to say it, but that's exactly what I would do. I'd say, you know what, Mr. Trump, well, you say we're going back to regular, relations. Okay, but we're still not going to give you TikTok. That's a very, very strong possibility. So that's why in advance, I will be increasingly on YouTube for that very reason. And not to mention the fact that, right now it's a struggle over on TikTok because, my TikTok handle is Drayton Nay, at Drayton Nay. My exact name, not Drayton Nay 01, not Drayton Nay 077. I mean, nothing, just Drayton Nay over at TikTok. But there must be 50 different Drayton Nays over on TikTok. And it's extremely frustrating because those people pretend to be me and then contact other people. And yeah, I'm just over it. You have no idea how many times every day I have to answer, is this yours? Is this yours? Is this your, I'm like, no, I have one account, one, that's it. But yeah, the fakers are out everywhere on TikTok, and TikTok doesn't do anything to stop it. And that's probably the most frustrating thing. So yeah, I've kind of made a decision that, I don't want to sit here for the next 70 days worrying about whether TikTok's going to get shut down or not. I just assume be over on YouTube even more and hang out with you guys here than worry about what's going to happen on TikTok. So that's the plan. But yeah, folks, let me tell you something right now. This whole tariff thing is over with. This whole tariff thing is not to be taken seriously whatsoever, because we have quickly found out that we rely, and it's okay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with relying on Canada. Canada's a bunch of great people over there. It's okay to rely on them for lumber and for oil and for some other thing. That's a good thing. It's okay to rely on Mexico for various things that they supply. It's okay. We're friends. It's okay to rely on your friends. And I hope that is the lesson that we learn out of all this, because we are so lucky to have Canada north of us. We are so lucky to have Mexico to the south of us. Because let me tell you something. Having friends is always a good idea. Always. Always a good idea. And this whole thing that Trump has been perpetuating, everyone, it's on display for everyone to see. Yeah, this is not the way to do things. This is not a good way to do things. And that's exactly why you should never put a Republican in the White House, because they have no idea what they're doing. They don't understand friendship. They don't understand the strength that is to the north of us and to the south of us. And until they do, let's just all agree we shouldn't put a Republican in the White House ever again. Until they realize what Canada brings to the plate, what Mexico brings to the plate, let's keep Republicans away from the table. Yeah, let's keep them away. But let me know what you think. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Come on, hit the subscribe button. Let's go. I'm trying to get to 100,000 and I need your help. But don't go anywhere. We got more Drayway coming up. Stay right there. With all the messing around that's going on with the 10-year yield and everything else, you're looking at interest mortgage rates at 6.5%, 7%. And to buy a house with these prices at 6.5%, 7%, at these prices for the next 30 years, yeah, that's a recipe for disaster. Just so you know. That's a bad recipe to buy an overpriced house for an interest rate 6.5%, 7% for the next 30 years. Plus you got to pay the insurance. Plus you have to pay the HOA. Plus you have to pay the taxes. Plus you have to pay repairs. Tell me how that's a good idea. I can't wait to hear it. I want to hear how that's a good idea. I want to hear how that's, yeah, I'm going to invest in a house and pay for all that. I'm going to first pay too much money for it. Then I'm going to get an interest rate that's too high. And then I'm going to pay for all those things. HOA, taxes, insurance, repairs. And I think I'm going to somehow come out ahead on that. Yeah, good luck with that. And that's why I tell a lot of people, it's okay. It's okay to rent. It's okay to spend a lot less money renting. And the money that you would have spent buying, to invest that money so that you have a lump sum later on if you decide you want to do something. Especially right here in Vegas, you buy a house, the average house here in Vegas, you're going to spend somewhere between $4,000 and $4,500 a month, where you could rent that exact same house for $2,500 and not have to put 20% down and not have to worry about all the expenses. No, $2,500 a month. So you could take the other $2,000 and sock it away and invest it for years. And then the next thing you know, after a few years, you've got this big lump sum of money you can do something with or not do something with, whatever you want to do, But to me, right now, that makes more sense in many cases, Buying a house right now and being tied down to that house and all the expenses and fees and, yeah, you're talking about you could be waiting 7 to 10 years just to get your money back. Yeah, you would have to live there for 7 to 10 years just to get your money back. So, yeah. And with what's going on with this tariffs thing with China and stuff like that, interest rates are not going to be helping the housing market. And the housing market needs to get rid of the amount of inventory right now is just soaring. It's just in Florida and Texas and Louisiana and increasingly like in Phoenix, inventory is just absolutely soaring. So I just don't, with the interest rates where they're at, with the not knowing what's going to happen tomorrow. That's the most dangerous thing about Donald Trump, is that you just, you feel a recession is going to be coming on because companies just can't make big investments. How do you make big investments, billions of dollars, and you have an administration that you just can't trust day to day? What they say today doesn't mean anything tomorrow. And I don't know many companies that are going to put out billions of dollars with an administration that is so reckless. Yeah, reckless is the word. But again, let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me here on the Dre Way. We got more to come. Don't go anywhere. I'm a Lakers fan. And basketball is now getting to the end, and playoff basketball is coming. If you didn't see the Luka game yesterday, if you're into sports at all, if you're into basketball at all, it was hard to watch at first, okay, because the Dallas Mavericks did a big thing about Luka, and it was rough on Luka to watch that, because he's got a lot of fond memories, and it's tough on a young man in his 20s, 25 years old, to be traded away from a team and a town that meant so much to him. It was like it was really hard to watch, because you could see the emotion on this man, and young man, and it was tough to watch. But the good news is the Lakers won. He performed fantastically, scored 45 points. And led the Lakers to just a huge win. It now looks like the Lakers are going to be number 3, the third seed, which means they're going to have a home playoff series. So it was just really, really interesting to watch and see. And that's not all the basketball news. The other basketball news is the numbers came in on the women's college finals, and they didn't begin to touch what Caitlin Clark did last year. And I don't know how long it's going to take women's basketball or the media in general to understand. We want to see Caitlin Clark. We want to watch Caitlin Clark play. Caitlin Clark right now is women's basketball, whether you like it or not. It's just the way it is. And instead of embracing it, you guys have been fearing it for some reason, and it's your golden goose. You know, you don't mess with your golden goose. So I'm actually excited to see, because she's on a good team this year. You're gonna see some amazing things from Caitlin Clark this year, because her team is no joke this year. Last year she kind of led the team and pushed it as she got better and kind of figured out the game. She kind of figured out how to get the team moved forward and got them into the playoffs. But this year she's got talent around her, a lot of it. So I think they're going to be, in my eyes, the favorite to win the championship. I know that sounds crazy, but I really believe it. But and I also think the Lakers. I think it's going to be the Lakers, and I'm hoping it's the Lakers in Cleveland. I'm hoping Cleveland takes down Boston. Can you imagine the Lakers and LeBron versus the Cleveland Cavaliers? I think that would be absolutely spectacular. That would be something I really, really want to see. So anyway, you know me, I'll be giving you some of my takes on basketball, but I think huge loss yesterday at the buzzer by Golden State at home, losing to one of the worst teams in basketball. They lost to San Antonio at the buzzer. So yeah, that was a huge loss for them. Huge win for the Lakers. So get ready for playoff basketball. It's on its way. And women's basketball is not that far away now. Women's basketball is just around the corner. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you have a team that you think, if you think it's Boston, go ahead and say so. If you think it's the Cavs, if you think, if you have a dark horse for NBA champion, the NBA champions this year, let me know. But that's the Dre Way for today. Thanks for joining me today. Remember, there's a new Dre Way each and every day. And have a great day, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.